Joining us now, Committee to Unleash Prosperity, co-founder Stephen Moore. Steve, great to see you. You read this CEA, the report, Council of Economic Advisors report, but we could just look out and see the inflation rate under President Trump annualized so far. Inflation is well in check. Wages adjusting for inflation are up almost 1% since President Trump took office.
Well, it does show that these tariffs really haven't had an effect on prices. And I'm not a big fan of tariffs, as you guys know. But for one thing, Trump has actually used tariffs more as a threat than he has actually implemented them. What's been happening for the last 4 or 5 months, Trump threatens tariffs, as he's doing now with Japan and Korea, and then he drags these countries to the bargaining table, and they come up with better deals for the U.S., and they reduce their tariffs on American products. And so every time you get one of these trade deals, the market goes right back up again, and the economy really improves. So here we go again with this round, and I think what Trump is basically doing is telling Japan and Korea and some of these other Asian countries, you better come to the bargaining table or you're going to get whacked hard. And it's a strategy that may well work.
Steve, in the first term, he talked about trying to get everybody to go to zero tariffs, which would be wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that some of these negotiations lead to removing trade barriers overseas. We saw Canada killed the digital services tax as part of the negotiation. Let's hope there are barriers that come down. But what do you think is the reasonable expectation here? Do we end up with a big tariff cost? Can we hope that maybe we actually have freer trade after all of this process?
Yeah, I do. I think the latter. Now, you never know with Trump. You know, he likes to say he's tariff man, and the tariff is his favorite word in the English language, James. You know that. Sometimes he gets mad at me when I meet with him. He says, you don't like my tariffs? And I say, no, Mr. President, I don't. But the guy is a shrewd negotiater. And I know you all at the Wall Street Journal editorial board have been tough on him on the tariffs, and maybe appropriately so. But, you know, this old saying, all's well that ends well. And so far, he's gotten, I think, really good deals from some of these countries. And so that's why, in the end, yeah, I think we're going to get lower tariffs on American agriculture, on American dairy products, the cars we produce, manufacturers, and everybody is better off. Now, it's a risky strategy, I'll admit that. But let's see how this turns out. I have a feeling Japan and Korea are going to come to the negotiating table and lower their tariffs.
He's got a big hammer right now, given the wins that he's scored, not just here, but on the world stage. So I'm just going to sit back and watch. I want to get your take on this. Speaking of watching and chewing my nails, some New York City millionaires are speaking out and pushing for communist Zoran Mandani for mayor and backing a higher wealth tax. Because they're morons. Are they millionaires because mommy and daddy gave them that money? I don't understand why they would want. Why don't they just ride around in their Cadillac Escalades and just throw money out of the window? Because that's basically what they're going to be doing.
Right. Yeah, and there's nothing to prevent them from paying more into the New York City budget if they want to. Here's the problem. We have crystal clear evidence that every time a city or a state raises their income tax, people leave. And the people tend to leave, tend to be the wealth creators, the wealthiest people. And so New York, you both know this, you both have written about this, New York is losing its millionaires and billionaires and entrepreneurs because if you're in New York, think about this, you guys, you've got a 37% federal tax, but then New York City and New York State add 14% on top of that. You're paying more than half of your income in taxes in New York City. You go to where I am right now in Nashville, Tennessee, you pay zero. This is just math. People are moving to the places
now you're just rubbing it in, Steve.
We both live in Jersey, so there's a little bit of a reprieve.
Tax paradise, yeah.
It's compared to this hellhole, it is the Garden State. Steve, good to see you.
Gotta move to Tennessee or Florida, Texas. Those three states are dominant, you know, and it just breaks my heart because New York is a great city. It's the most important city in the world. But, you know, remember when Rudy Giuliani came in, he fixed the city. He cut taxes, he cut crime, he cut regulations. Yeah. I don't understand why the left can't figure that out. Let's make New York City great again. Let's not make it poorer again.
Oh, Lordy. Thank you, Steve. Good to see you.
Thanks, Steve.